Legend tells of the treasures of Jamaica Plain. Some tell tale of an abandoned building filled to the brim with treasure. Down a spiral staircase, through some laser traps, and around a dark corner lies a hidden vault protected by slumbering robots. What lies within, no one knows. Many explorers have dared to uncover the secrets of Jamaica Plain, and none have survived. The treasure is yours for the taking. But heed my advice. Do not come alone. Bring your compatriots. Found a colony. Who knows? Perhaps you can be the catalyst that brings life back to Jamaica Plain. Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn here with another Fallout 4 efficiency settlement build, and this time we are doing Jamaica Plain. Jamaica Plain is one of my favorite settlements. Ever since I first discovered this area, I always wanted to have this settlement. It's in this rundown town, and it's got a burnt-out church, a whole bunch of dilapidated shacks. It's infested with ghouls when you find it. And it comes with a lot of really fun quests. So when I found that there was a settlement that you could use, I was really excited. So this is the settlement, and let's talk first about. I guess I'll just go through it as I see stuff. So entering here, this is the car park, and I decided to turn it into a marketplace. And the reason for that is because I originally used it as a farm. If you try really hard, you can find little pieces of dirt in the concrete where you can plant a carrot here or there. And at one point in one version of this settlement build, that's what I did. This entire thing was a farm filled with just enough food, but it looked horrible and you couldn't find your settlers through the trees. So I completely removed the farm and replaced it with this shopping center. And here are all of my settlers manning the shops, and it works out really well. I at one point thought about maybe putting some tables down in here, but I decided against it because that would have taken up space and it would have made it really hard to walk around. So my farm instead went into these planters. I typically don't like using mute fruit plants because your settlers clip with them, and then it's hard to select the settlers. But in this case, since there's so little room for planting because everything is covered in concrete, I decided that it was the only thing I could have done. And so I decided to make it fit more in theme with the settlement by pretending that the mute fruit plants are decorative. And so I put them in the planters. Then there's another planter here with more dirt, and I filled it with all of these mute fruit plants. Here's the one I'm most proud of. I managed to plant a mute fruit plant in the dumpster. So I've got that there. And then I've got some more around the corner here. So this building right here, it's got some nice seating and then some mute fruit plants. So this settlement comes with two houses. This one right here and that one over there. I'll be talking about that one in a minute. But this one was really kind of heartbreaking because you get the settlement, you see this house, and there are no entrances. That's right, this house is just taking up space. You can't go in, you can't do anything with it, and I'm getting stuck. So it's just taking up space. Now, I decided that I did want to have a seating area. I just didn't want to have it out there. So I decided to convert this area, this little road area, into my entertainment area. I've got 3 different bars with seating everywhere and some tables that are already laid out with beer and pint glasses and food, a cooking station, smoking station. And that's how I decided to put that together. Saves a lot of space. So going around all the way, I've got some water purifier pumps wired up. Previously, I had to have the manual pumps that only give you 3 water. I had them scattered all over the settlement, and it looked horrible. So removing them and replacing them with a powered water pump just makes the place look a whole lot better. And then coming around the corner, this area, it's just a kind of small parking area. Not much you can do with it. I tried to put some vendor stalls here, but the settlers couldn't reach them, and they would clip and just took up a lot of space. So I freed it up. I placed 1 guard tower here, a couple of mute fruit plants, and we're good to go. Now let's talk a little bit about this building. So as you can see, this building in its original state was completely destroyed. Take a look at these brick walls here. I had to completely replace them. So what I did is I used the concrete walls from Wasteland Workshop to fill the gaps in this lower building, and then I built another room on top. So let's go in here. I turned this into my engine room, so to speak. It's got the workshop in there, and I've got my fusion generator. I originally had a whole bunch of smaller generators, but my defense needs grew to become so large that this settlement just wasn't large enough to place all of those generators. So I decided to save space by placing a fusion generator, and then I wire it out this window, and then I placed some corrugated iron on top of it to block the window. I'm using that mod that I introduced in my Green Top Nursery build that turns scrap stations into different looking workstations. So this robot repair station is actually a scrap station. It generates scrap. The mod I'm using simply replaced the model for the scrap station and introduced a different animation for the assigned settler. And all of these are scrap stations. This is a scrap station, although for some reason the person assigned to it is having a really hard time. One drawback with this mod is the settlers have a hard time reaching it. They have to get in just the right spot before they'll use it, and then, I don't know. It's kind of finicky that way. But I did decorate this workshop up a little bit, and haven't done much with it, but that's it. So looking up, you can see that this is where the original floor ended, and this is where I had to fill it up. I placed this flooring here, which acts as a roof for this workshop, and it allowed me to have a new room up there. Yeah, that's a scavenging station right there too, that mailbox, and I've got a settler assigned to it. So upon entering the first floor, you'll see that this is actually fairly good to go. I didn't have to patch any of the walls here. I just decorated it with some nice posters and some paintings, and put some beds down. This settlement is really large, by the way. I've got 35 people here already. Coming around, going up the steps, we go to the top floor here, and this room I had to repair slightly, but with the store on the wall, but I'll show that off in a minute. So this is the primary bedroom. I just decorated the walls with some paintings. There are some mods on the Nexus that give you some wonderful lore-friendly paintings, including this one. This is just my most favorite thing I've seen so far. And then some light fixtures. So this light fixture isn't a light fixture, it's just a broken fan. This came with the settlement, and it moves. So I wanted to maintain the look and feel of this particular settlement, and so I placed that fan there to copy it. This trash can is a scavenging station, so eventually the settler will come up there and start using it. And I want to take the opportunity to show off this new mod. So I've got a TV in the corner, it looks great, but as you can see, it just says please stand by. Now, of course, in this post-apocalyptic wasteland, you're not going to have TV stations, right? So there's going to be no broadcast that you can turn into. But maybe if the holotape is invented, then VHS or something akin to VHS works. So I downloaded a mod that creates this holotape player. And the way it works is it transmits video from the holotape via this radio transmitter to the TV. So let's load a holotape. L is for luck. And there you go.
Total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding of this great nation of ours may fall to you.
It's such great ambience, right? Not only does it play video on the TV perfectly, but the holotapes that come with the mod are completely lore friendly. So these are the videos that come with Fallout 4. When you're installing the game, you get to watch these. And within the lore of the game, these videos were created by the Vault Tech Corporation to introduce people in the vault to the whole special system. So the way you get these with the mod is as you exit Vault 111, there's a bag filled with these holotapes inside that little control tower right next to the vault elevator. And you just pick them up there. So it's lore friendly in that it's from the vault, and there are many modders who are coming up with with all sorts of videos to replace it with. There's already a mod out there that replaces this with Mr. Bean videos. I don't know if that would be lore friendly because Mr. Bean didn't exist back in the 50s when... Well, I don't know. I don't know if that would be lore friendly or not. But if you want to watch Mr. Bean on a TV in your Fallout settlement, you can. Alright, so let's move on into this room. So this room was completely remade. This gray floor here was the only floor that came with it. This brown wooden floor I had to place. And this opens it all up. As you can see, I really turned it into a nice little den area. I managed to fit more sleeping bags in here, which alleviated this room, which was completely full with sleeping bags, allowing me to have a nice TV station over there. And I've got a holotape. I've got a terminal over here for my settlement software with a couple of couches and some nice paintings. I kept this window open, so this was completely open to the elements, and I repaired it with a concrete wall that comes with these windows built into it. So I wanted to keep the windows to let some natural sunlight in. I tried to decorate the walls with posters. These are some nice classy pinups that come with the mod. Nothing too revealing, just nice and classy. And then I've got this workstation over here. This table is actually a scavenging station, so I've got a settler assigned to it. It's probably not her. I don't know if it's her or not. And when she comes over here, she rifles through the papers. And the same with this. That's a scavenging station too. And that rug. Those are all scavenging stations. They just look completely different. So, let's talk a little bit about defense. Let's fire up our settlement software. Let's go to tasks, unmark spawn points, and mark all spawn points. So let me show you how I decided to tackle defense. So this settlement has the farthest afield attack spawn points of any settlement I've ever dealt with. So let's go to number 1. All right, here we go. Sprinting. Still not there yet. Still not there yet. Gotta keep going. Nope, not even there yet. Almost there. Almost there. Here we go. That is the spawn location for enemies who attack your settlement. The software I'm using is called the Settlement Management Software. It's a free mod on the Nexus. I've got it linked in the description of this video. And this is useful for trying to figure out where you need to place your missile turrets, your defenses. So this is so far afield that this now explains to me why defending Jamaica Plain is one of the most frustrating things. When you defend Jamaica Plain, you'll fast travel in, and then you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. And it takes forever for your attackers to finally reach you. That's because they're way over there, and they're having to walk all the way over here. And then sometimes they trickle in one at a time, and then you gotta kill one, and then race on over here, and then kill another, and then race on over here. And then your settlers get in on the action, and so they actually spread out throughout this entire little town. And defending Jamaica Plain can be annoying. So there's spawn location number 1. Let's go to spawn location number 2. Way out here. Not quite so bad, but very far outside the bounds of the settlement. You can just see it from over here. And so to defend myself here, I've got this nice little defense station here with a missile turret, a heavy laser turret, a spotlight, and then 2 machine gun turrets. Over here, to defend myself from this other spawn location, I have this structure set up. Now, the bounds of the settlement make it awkward. So as you can see by this green haze, this is the bounds of the settlement. And, I can't put anything out there. I can't put anything beyond this brick wall. And yet I'm going to be attacked from this direction. And the frustrating thing is this brick wall is erected right where you need to place your turrets. And the build height for the settlement is not very high. So you can't place anything above that platform, right? So I didn't put anything in this corner because this brick wall is in the way. And instead I piled everything up there and put one thing there. Hopefully that'll be enough for when I do get attacked. Alright, let's talk about spawn location number 3. This is the one I already knew about because I guess it's just closer to Jamaica Plain. So, way out here, and there we go. So this is the final spawn location number 3. As you can see, you can barely see the settlement from out here. So they all just kind of lumber over here. So what I did is I erected this tall structure to be able to attack them before they even get close. So I built it up so that it's peering up over this wall, and I've got one guard tower over here protecting the settlement. I don't have a lot of dogs yet. In fact, I don't think I have any dogs yet. So I've got a dog house here, but I'm going to start collecting more dogs soon. I got all my settlers assigned. We've got 36 food, 36 water, 36 beds. Not sure why my happiness is going down, but it's all functional. And I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you, everybody, for watching this efficiency settlement build for Jamaica Plain. Stay tuned for the next one.
Total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, rounding this out here, I realized that I was lazy. I got this all looking nice up here, but I was really unsatisfied with the way that my workshop worked. So I added it, I spruced it up a little bit. I'm not going to be lazy. If I'm going to make an efficiency settlement build and publish it to YouTube, well, by golly, I'm going to actually do it right. So I outfitted this place a little bit. I moved things around. I added some posters to the wall, more decorations to the wall, filled shelves, which really just ad-libbed in. And then I turned this whole section into a kitchen. This sink right here filled with dishes is actually a scavenging station. So I've got a settler assigned to it who does the dishes. There's a cooking station over there in the corner, and then I decided to prop this larder up on this stack of bricks. And then I put some nice Minuteman propaganda posters on. Now there's something wrong going on here. It's nighttime and my settlers are programmed to go to bed. I'm not sure what's going on. They're all crowding around in there, but there are no beds in there. The only thing I can think of is that the game doesn't expect me to fix this floor. And yes, some of my settlers managed to figure out that their beds are in here and they can go to sleep, but some of them think that the beds are down below. I don't know. Anyway, the final thing I want to show you is that I figured out what to do with this area. So instead of turning it into a shop or a marketplace, I decided to turn it into like a little. I decided to turn it into a little garden area. So I've got a fire in a barrel. I've got a coffee drinking station over here. A few pieces of seating, park benches, and some nice plants. So that's how I finally rounded out this settlement. Thanks again for watching.